Could you use $10 million for your business? Well, most business owners are still chasing $5 million SBA loans, but a new law just passed by the U.S. House of Representatives that doubles the limit to 10 million if you know how to qualify. Now, this is part of the Made in American Manufacturing Finance Act, and it's one of the biggest federal funding increases we've seen from small manufacturers in a decade. And today, what I'm going to do is show you how to qualify, who qualifies, what you can do to use the money for, where to apply, and how to prepare so that you're at the front of the line. Now, because here's the truth, 90%, 99% of eligible manufacturers will miss this because they don't know where the one requirement that matters the most. So listen very carefully. Let's dive in. Now, what changed and why? So for years, the SBA loan limit was $5 million, but now that sounds like a lot. But until you're trying to buy CNC machines, foundry equipment, injection molding lines, production robotics, and facility expansion. So if you're a manufacturer, you know what I'm talking about. So manufacturing is very capital intensive. So Congress finally agreed the $5 million cap wasn't enough to modernize American manufacture. The purpose of this act is simple: to help manufacturers invest, to keep production on U.S. soil, to strengthen domestic supply chains, and reduce reliance on foreign manufacturing. So the result is that that cap jumped from 5 million to $10 million. And this applies to two premier SBA loan programs: the 7A, which is the flexible working capital debt refinance acquisitions program, or the 504, which is the long-term fixed rate financing for buildings and equipment. And this is a game changer. Now, who qualifies? Because this is the one defining requirement. Your primary business activity must fall under these specific NAICS codes. So 31, which is the food, textile, wood, paper, printing one, or 32, which is the chemical, plastic, non-metallic, metal products one, or 33, which is the machinery, electronics, transportation, equipment one. And all production facilities must be here in the United States. So if your company is building or producing something physically within those codes, you are now eligible for up to 10 million in SBA finances. And here's some examples. So a fabrication shop, like buying robotic welders, or a plastics company adding new extrusion lines, or a food manufacturer expanding packaging, or a machine shop adding CNC capacity. Now, this is not for the wholesalers or distributors, it's for manufacturing production. Now, what can you use the money for? So, this act is designed to accelerate investment, and here's what the money can fund. So, you got the equipment and machinery, which would be the CNC machines, robotics, packaging lines, injection molding, foundry equipment, assembly lines, uh, or facility expansion or construction, be new buildings, addition, renovations, heavy infrastructure upgrades, or workforce expansion, so hiring, training, onboarding, or working capital, which would be inventory, materials, receivables, or just moving out cash flow, or refinancing, like high interest private debt, or equipment loans, or bridge financing. This is purpose built to grow U.S. manufacturing. And how do you qualify? So here's the checklist. So number one, you got to have the correct NAICS code. So your company must be that 31, 32, or 33 that I mentioned earlier. And this matters because SBA underwriters will check. They'll check your website, your tax returns, invoices, product lines, facility inspections. And believe it or not, your NAICS code is actually on your tax return. So if you make something if you make something but choose the wrong code years ago, fixing your NAICS code can be the difference between getting declined or getting that $10 million approved. So two, so production in the US. So all manufacture must occur on US soil. So if you assemble here, that counts. But if you import and resell, that does not count. All right. Number three, your financial strengths. Most lenders look at, 2 years of operating history, positive cash flow, or some kind of clear path to positive cash flow. Decent credit, ideally above 680 or better, collateral or equipment value. So if you're buying equipment, and then a business plan for that expansion. And then number four, the use of the funds. You must demonstrate what you're buying, why it matters, how it increased capacity, the jobs that you create, and that local economic impact. And this is what lenders and SBA want. They want to show that every dollar increases American production. Now, where do you apply? Well, so here's the beauties. You don't have to chase the banks. You can go directly to the SBA Lenders Match, and this is the SBA's own portal where you can describe your industry, project, funding needs, and lenders will come to you and get matched, and you get matched with banks and certified development companies, CDCs, who already know the 7A program, the 504 program, and that $10 million limit. And it shortens the process dramatically. And of course, you can just call us. We have hundreds of sources that we can steer the direction to that have proven to be good lenders. A position to be first in line because this is strategic. The act has passed the House. As of this video today, uh, it was December 4th, 2025, it passed. But it's awaiting the Senate's approval. Now, what does that mean? The moment it becomes law, lenders will be overwhelmed. Underwriters are going to be backed up, and those who prepare will win. And here's how you get ahead. So step one, verify your NAICS code. So make sure your tax returns and filings reflect that 31, 32, or 33. Number two, prepare financials. So you got three key documents, the business tax returns, interim financial statements, business debt schedule. Number three, your project justification. So you want to create that one-page summary of what equipment, your cost, your lead time, impact on production, the jobs created. Number four, identifying collaterals. You got your equipment, inventory, buildings, cash flow. And then of course, number five, be ready before the flood hits. Now, one thing I want to say, recently we had the government shutdown, right? Um, and unfortunately, Cong Congress has to get together. Hopefully, we won't have another government shutdown. So as soon as this thing passes, we need to go ahead and apply right away because we don't know what's going to happen. Because when the government shuts down again, we won't be able to get an SBA loan number, and the loan won't be able to fund. And I talked about this before. Now, why does this matter now? So, besides that, we're in a massive reshoring cycle, meaning every companies want faster delivery, domestic control, reduced supply risks, and made American credibility. So that's why every state wants manufacturing jobs, and this act provides the funding mechanism to do it. And 10 million is enough to add a production line, expand a facility, automate, hire staff, and compete globally. And it's government backed. That means that lower rates, longer terms, better cash flow. So now, if you're a manufacturer under that 31, 32, or 33, if you don't know, we can help you figure that out. You're now potentially eligible for the $10 million SBA financing. Again, you can use it to buy equipment, expand buildings, modernize operations, strengthen supply chains, and create American jobs. And the legislation has passed the House as of today. It is headed to the Senate, and when it becomes law, there's going to be a rush. And smart companies are preparing right now. So here's what I did. I created an SBA manufacturing funding checklist, and it covers eligibility requirements, required documents, how lenders underwrite, what to fix before applying, how to use the SBA Lender Max, and how to get in front of the line. So if you want the checklist, just comment manufacturer, or you could just send me a DM and I'll send it right over to you. Because this may be the best funding opportunity manufacturers have seen in a decade.